Okay, we're gonna take the Tuco model and just shoot 5 rounds out of it, and maybe a couple more. But just to show you, this one is just right out of the box. So we're gonna shoot it just to prove that if you order one, it will shoot. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Harvey, president of CIMARRON Firearms Company. I was going to share a little story about the making of another of our great replica revolvers. This particular one actually started 20 years ago when we made the Man with No Name that Clint Eastwood used in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and some of his earlier films. Originally, we made 500 copies because we didn't know if we could sell more than that, because it was a cartridge gun and it had the black powder lever on the barrel, and there was no way to eject. So anyway, we said, well, let's make 500 and see what happens. Well, the 500 were gone before the first shipment came in. So it turned out to be a very successful gun, and we've always been thinking about making more of the guns. There are 2 more. Eli Wallach carried a gun that he got from a gun shop. He took it all apart and listened to the action and everything, and then once he got the mix and match parts to work the best of all of them, so that's the one that he took. Well, that gun, in researching it, we found that they used some guns with a octagon barrel and some with octagon to round barrels, and some were just percussions that had percussion cylinders in them, and some had cartridge cylinders in them. So what happened is they made this gun, and then whenever they got ready to shoot a scene, I guess they would say, I need the gun. So they'd run over and pick up a gun. And they probably didn't know enough about guns to know which one was the right gun, so just grab one. And there are a lot of scenes where the gun changes its configuration a few times during that scene. But anyway, we took pictures of the TV screen of Tuco, Eli Wallach's character, shooting that gun. What they did on that one is they were using a 1851 Navy frame and grip, and they were putting a Leach and Rigdon barrel on it, which fits, and anyhow, they made that gun up. So that's what we did. We copied the octagon to round barrel model that he did most of his shooting with at the gun shop where he took the gun. This is Tuco's gun, and we made a copy of it. And you know, it's just a Leach and Rigdon barrel on a conversion, a Colt conversion, 1851 conversion frame. And how this came to be was Bertie sent us a gun that had a round barrel here, like off a 1861 Navy, and said they were making a long cylinder Colt conversion, which was an early Colt conversion that Colt didn't come out with. But there were a couple hundred of them made, and but anyway, the problem is they had the wrong. They put an open top barrel on that conversion, so it wasn't right, and we rejected it. We have the one copy that they made. We rejected that gun, but I was looking at it and I said, you know, that's almost Tuco's gun. You know, this one, the wrong long cylinder, is almost Tuco's gun. So we got the leach and Rigdon barrel and put it on the long cylinder frame that Uberti had made to make their long cylinder conversion. And there was Tuco's gun. And that's how Tuco's gun was born. Then we put a lanyard string on ours because that's what Tuco had. Anyway, boom. I just split a target in half. He turned the target on its edge and I cut through the whole thing and the top fell off. But anyway, that's the story of Tuco, Tuco's gun. And it is a very, very nice conversion. And get you one, and you usually could buy these sombreros for like 20 bucks. I think they've gone up since the tourists started buying them, but anyway, that's the story of how Tuco's gun came to be. It's one of our better selling guns.
The ejector rod this is actually the loading rod that you seat your bullets with. That's a bullet seating rod. It's 2-piece. So this piece you use to poke your rounds out with after firing. This was a Cimarron invention, but I've noticed that when Uberti makes a gun like that doesn't have an ejection mechanism, they use our invention, and they haven't said thank you yet. We're still waiting, but they will. They're good people. I've got a couple extras here. We're going to drop them in. These are 45 Schofields. They're shorter than a Colt and actually easier to load, but I got to concentrate on doing everything in order. Anyhow, appreciate you watching, and come back to see us on another day. We'll be putting out a video on the angel eyes, also from the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you can have all of the guns in that movie and have a little collection. And they're all great guns. Angel eyes is really a pretty gun. Thank you. Bye.